Hi, this is Amr, and welcome to Field Notes, a series where I examine games by playing them daily over the course of a week, and returning with some notes. Today we're talking about the New Zealand Story, an arcade platformer by Taito. The New Zealand story takes place in the titular region, following Tiki, a kiwi bird, as he sets off to rescue his kidnapped friends. It shares a lot with the original Bubble Bobble, sporting a cute aesthetic and a limited verb set that gets explored through level design and power-ups that modify the trajectories of your attacks. It's basic, but like Bubble Bobble, it is thorough in providing different layouts that ask you to navigate the space in interesting ways. Instead of Bubble Bobble's single-screen affairs, the New Zealand story opts for sprawling mazes, with large horizontal and vertical play spaces. Vertical movement is supported by the inclusion of air balloons, UFOs, and other air vehicles that can be obtained by cleanly shooting an enemy off of it. It's clever, and forces you to control shots rather than launching attacks wildly. That demand for control later becomes the New Zealand story's greatest frustration, however. Past the second area, the New Zealand story demands more precision and puts you in tight spaces Tiki isn't equipped to handle. The level designs begin to become almost sadistic, placing you in long stretches of water that almost ensure you'll run out of air, or dropping you directly onto spikes at the start of a level with only your short spawning invulnerability to keep you from immediately dying. It turns into a cruel subversion of its charming initial approach. The levels are still fascinating in terms of the sheer breadth of experiences the levels are able to get out of your limited set of actions, but it becomes a chore to play, overwhelming you at every opportunity in an obvious attempt to drain the coins out of the pockets of anyone whose play session lasted long enough to make it into the late stages. Even with that, the curiosity of what the next level might be, along with some colorful bosses, does help it keep its appeal. There's even a strange alternate ending that appears in the later stages. If you die, you'll be sent to the afterlife, where ascending to the top of the stage will see you meeting the goddess, and resting peacefully while your friends remain kidnapped. It's surreal, somber, and tonally dissonant, but in a way, I think that captures the spirit of the New Zealand story best.